Okay, this is going to be a shameless self-promotion. I'm going to use this as shameless self-promotion because if I don't talk good about myself, who is, right? Have you ever had an occasion to hire a real estate agent for a real estate transaction, and at some point in the transaction, the real estate agent disappoints you, doesn't meet your expectations, they talked a good game, and maybe didn't follow through on what they said they were going to do, right? Most of us have had that happen to us. I'm going to try to keep this video within 3 minutes, so here we go. I recently had an occasion to meet a lender at an event, and he had someone that he had just pre-approved, and he asked me if I wanted to help him, and I said, sure, I'll help him. They were first-time home buyers. I love helping first-time home buyers, although I don't get a lot of those much anymore. I do love helping first-time home buyers because I believe that buying real estate is probably the single greatest contributing factor to a family creating generational wealth. It also changes their family tree. If the family's never owned a home before and there's a home purchase in that family tree, then it changes all the generations that come behind them. I've just seen it happen over and over and over again in my 20 years in this business. So a first-time home buyer, no doubt about it, in this market, it is hard for a first-time home buyer. They were approved to $350,000. They needed 5% concessions from the seller, and they were only going to had a 3% down FHA loan. This was going to be a tough find. They wanted to be in Hendersonville in a 4-bedroom house. Let's make it even tougher. Okay, that's hard to find in Hendersonville right now. It's a 4-bedroom house for $350,000 or less, unless you're going to do a lot of work to it. So we looked at houses last weekend, made an offer on one, didn't get that one. Looked at houses yesterday, found a house they loved, everything that they wanted in a house, and we make an offer. The house is listed at I'd actually talked to the lender, got them approved for $355,000, so we got them a little more wiggle room, but we still needed the 5% concession. Here's the same shameless self-promotion. Asking price was $349,900. We offered $355,000. Needed the 5% concession. But here's what I did before I sent the offers. I ran the number from the seller's perspective. If I was the listing agent representing that seller, what would I be hoping to get my seller his walkaway number to be? And I built my client's offer to match that number, or very close to that number if I could. So as I start running through the numbers and doing the math and doing all the things that I've got to do to build this offer, to put my folks in the best position to get their offer accepted, understanding what the seller's trying to walk away with, and doing all this math on a piece of paper, here's the shameless self-promotion. To make this work, I had to put my client's needs ahead of my own. And you ask, how did I do that? I reduced my commission to 2%, and I reduced my commission to 2% off the list price, not what we offered. So I took 2% on $6,000 less to make that number work and to help my buyers get their offer accepted. Now, if you're a real estate agent, you may say, well, I'd never do that. I'd never reduce my commission. But I'm going to tell you what, if your number one consideration in getting a deal done is your commission, that's wrong. And I believe that to my core. The code of ethics says we're to put our clients' needs ahead of our own. My clients always come before me. My clients' needs always come before my own. Listen, I got a kid that plays hockey. I need every freaking dollar I can get. But it's more important for me to help a family change their family tree. It's more important for me to help a first-time home buyer get a home that they want, a home that's going to make them money 5 years from now, a home that's going to set them up for success. That's more important to me. So, I know I put a lot of posts out, I say a lot of things, and I talk about concierge-level service. I talk about all the ways that I help my clients, all the ways that I service my clients. Those are just words on a piece of paper. They're just words on your screen. You may or may not believe anything that I say, and that's okay. That's why I shared this story with you, because it's not just words for me. It truly means something to me to represent my clients and to make sure they're taken care of. And if you happen to be in the market for a home in the next 30, 60, 90 days, and you want a different level of service, you want something different for you and your family, that I promise you, I'm not saying I'm the only one out here that'll do that. I'm not saying I'm the only one out here that'll make those kinds of concessions to make deals happen, but I promise you that is a few and far between. We are few and far between. I've had 2 occasions just this year on listings of my own where buyers agents show the property, tour the property with their clients. They send me a text message and tell me how wonderful the house is, how much their clients love the house. They send the offer, and when they send the offer and I tell them we're not giving you that much commission, we're gonna give you this much commission, you know what their answer was? Well, I'll just take them someplace else. I'll just show them another house. Do you think they showed them another house because that other house was better? Or do you think they were showing them that other house so they could get 0.5% of commission? And on those 2 deals, you know what I did? I gave up my commission to make it work. Because again, that's what I do. If you take care of people, people will take care of you. What comes around goes around, and every seed you sow, you surely shall reap. If you want a different level of service, listen, this is a long video. If you stay with me this long, I really, really appreciate it. But if you or somebody that you know is looking to purchase a piece of real estate in the next 30, 60, 90 days, I would love to have a conversation. I would love to show you what I do for my clients and what sets me apart in this market today. My name's Aaron Dwyer. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day.